I just want to start off by saying I definitely didn't write this morning. And thank you to everyone who came down to share in this celebration of love between Tammy and Will. For those of you who don't know or can't tell from the devilish good looks and uncanny resemblance, I'm Will's son and favorite child, Logan. Sorry, mates. When my dad first asked me to be his best man, all I could think was, are you sure? I took public speaking 3 times and never by choice. But shortly after I realized who better to attest to my dad's unbelievable love and patience than the person who relentlessly tested it for the last 24 years. For those of you who don't know, my dad became a single father 18 or 19 years ago. Old enough to be in college, the details aren't that important. Thank you. At times, my dad had to work 3 jobs to put food on the table for me and Maddie. He never complained, worked tirelessly, always showed up when he needed to, and loved deeply. My dad, always the humble one, will always be the first to defer on recognizing the contribution to my sister and I's lives. But here's the truth. The people that we are today cannot exist without the love, commitment, and sacrifices my dad made for us. 3 traits I know he will bring to the marriage in droves. My first experience with my dad and Tammy was actually on their first date. For those who might not know, my dad and I share a bit of an impulsive streak. For him, it's driving cross country to take a woman he's never met to a Canes Capitals hockey game for their first date. Yeah, I know, he's kind of a romantic. And for me, it's interrupting said date with a phone call about a full-on mental breakdown. Not only did they both take it in stride, he let me finish rambling about my GPA before making me aware he was on a date. All that to say, my dad always shows up.
Yeah, he does.
Fast forward about 2.5 years to spring break, where we had a series of games in North Carolina. Tammy showed up at every single one of those games, and in that 1 week, Tammy showed up to more of my lacrosse games than my mom has in my entire life. After the last game of the week, I'm getting on the bus, and without thinking as I say goodbye, I say, love you guys. All of a sudden, seemingly out of thin air, Tammy pops back in the picture going, love you, buddy. And let's just say I did not receive that as well as I could have. Because for those who might not know me, I'm bad at giving love, but I'm really bad at receiving it. But that never deterred Tammy, and she always continued to show up and love relentlessly. With my dad, it may not always be easy, but by God, it is always worth it. Tammy, the unconditional love you have for my dad will always mean everything to me, and for that, I love you. Now please, join me in toasting Will, Tammy, and their endless love. Cheers!